Still tell them that I got you. Hey, I was facing death alone. Hey, nobody called my phone. I'm just like, God, do you hear me? Please forgive them, they don't know that they sinning. I'ma be a star, please believe me. Hey, dim the lights and you can see me. I'ma be a star, please believe me. Yeah. Hey, heart throbbing. I feel like pain is a life sentence. Gotta get up and keep going. Gotta get up and keep going.
I think I'm kind of excited for Dragon's Dogma, but not that fucking price. $70, bro? No multiplayer? Nah, Capcom, what you doing?
Nah, I switched up the upcoming games for 2024, like I said. I don't know, man. It's not that much to list off of, because it's like nothing that we will play.
That's nothing you will play.
I actually have something that I'm excited for in 2024.
Did you not mention it?
Oh, he mentioned
No, I haven't.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
So the thing I'm really excited for in 2024, 100%, is the idea that I'm actually going to have enough time to play my back catalog now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, same pretty much.
Yeah, because in all honesty, all the games are going to be coming out this year. Like, nothing really fucking piques my interest. Maybe it'll change during Microsoft's conference on the 18th. Because they're supposed to be showing Avowed, Indiana Jones, which I pray to God that game's going to be good. We'll see. In all honesty, I'm
negative as fuck, bro.
glad that it's not good to go back and play games I haven't touched in a while. I can go back and touch base with Monster Hunter World since it's kind of resurging again. I can go ahead and go back and play my Ace Attorney games. Sleeping Dogs. I haven't played that in a while.
Wait, you haven't finished Sleeping Dogs?
Me either. I haven't either.
Oh, dude.
I finished it, but I need to play it again.
Oh, okay.
I love playing the game. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I just went back to play Star Wars Republic Commando because I wanted to know what a good Star Wars game felt like. Man, bro, the storyline for Republic Commando was so fucking dope, man. It blows my mind that they make Star Wars games the way how they do now, but like don't really have that type of flavor like games like this, or like the old Star Wars Battlefront games, or Jedi Academy, or fucking Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which is another game I also own. All these great games from back in the day, man. Like they don't hit the way out. Like back in the day, they were just fucking
Star Wars in general. Like they'll just copy what's based. Like think about it, bro. For the next Star Wars game, and don't get me wrong, I like Jedi Fallen Survivor. Heck, anyone knows this. I don't like most Souls games like at all.
Why are you on the couch?
But Jedi Survivor was actually solid as fuck. But at the end of the day, they literally just copied the Source formula. They beat it down a bit, but still kept it like unique and told a good story. And it still doesn't hit like the Force Unleashed or the other games that Mars said. Again, good game, but it doesn't quite hit like the OGs. You know?
Oh, you know what I didn't see until I saw it now? Little Nightmares 3 is going to come out. And I think Little Nightmares is a pretty good series. I'm not gonna lie, I never played it. I just watch YouTubers play it. They go through it faster than I will, so that's why I watch it.
And I get this disclaimer, like I said, no hate if you like. There are just some things that are obviously good. Like again, if it's unanimous praise from gamers, then it's obviously good. Like I say, same with movies. But it's just that there's so much shit we have to do, or maybe it's something I personally don't care about that I won't touch it, right? Like I agree, like Little Nightmares is something like, oh, I praise it, right? Same with like Skullgirls, right? But am I ever gonna personally touch them? Skullgirls, no. Little Nightmares, maybe.
Like if I had the time, like if I generally had the time, I would have totally, messed with the game. That's what I'm trying to get at too.
Right. I mean, and again, like I said, even games that are objectively we say good, like the Resident Evil reimaginings. Me as a huge fan, I'm like, dude, Lucky After 4, I'm kind of tired of this shit. I'm like, bro, this is just so whack. The director is literally just a Zack Snyder, but for Resident Evil. So my
are they already talking about doing the RE5 remake now?
Reimagining, yes. Like people say that's the thing where I know I'm right because people call it remake, and that immediately means I won the conversation. Oh man, you're calling it wrong. Damn, I win. Holy shit! Like that's my 101 dog. And it's crazy. And again, like I said, people want to prove me wrong. It's like first of all, I'm a Resident Evil fan. You all call it wrong. And the last final straw is the director is literally just 343, but for fucking Capcom. He's Zack Snyder and 343 shitty director just making out and making a child, and his name is this hijo de puta that fucking made the reimaginings. Doesn't understand the original source material.
Disturbing.
Exactly, and that's why I say like the core thing is like the director's trash. Like he literally said he looked at the originals. Oh, I thought this was stupid, so I want to change. Like whenever you hear someone says, "Oh, I think the original's stupid," you immediately know they don't respect the source material. So that's why I said I don't want to repeat from the movies because it's the same thing for video games. It's the same assholes in charge, the same exact assholes. It's the same shit, and nothing's different. That's why the Japanese have been killing it. What are we making? Boom! Here's faithful adaptation, video game and movie. The West, Woko Burr.
Yep, I definitely can't wait for my Banjo-Kazooie remake. That's gonna be so fucking amazing.
Oh wait, they're getting a remake of it? Oh yeah, they are.
No, they're not. They're not. They've been talking about making the game for the past 6 years. They're not gonna fucking make it.
Banjo-Kazooie more like they them Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie is such a great fucking classic. Like, oh my god, like that's another game I also have in my back catalog. Oh man, they'll playing later on this year. What else have I been playing? Divinity. I'm playing through Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. I got Dragon's Dogma coming up. I'll probably play that like around March. I got the first 3 years of War games. I got fucking Jade Empire for the original Xbox. Jesus Christ.
When you say all these games were like, I was playing Dragon's Dogma, I'm actually going to use it as reference because it actually does a lot of things I want to do in my game. Like, I like how there's your different size and weight can matter in certain situations. Like, oh, are you too tall? You can't fit in this like little cave. Or you're too heavy? You can't cross a bridge. Like, that's why I want to be playing my whole through all of Dragon's Dogma before I started my game, so I can get good reference on how to do good things with that, right? And it's crazy how like Dragon's Dogma's not the only one. Like these games are mad and direct. That's why I tell people, it's like, dude, don't buy new shit. This is what you do: get a PC. Okay. GameCube and PS2, every emulator you can. Just play all the old games, bro. Don't even buy shit, bro. Just play the old games. They're just so much fucking better and mad underrated. And Dragon's Dogma, like, well, but that's like, you just get it on GOG for like $4, bro. GOG, bro. Good old games. Like, you have a PC, you can buy them if you want to support it half the time, but like for emulator, like good example, the old Armored Cores, which are better than 6, go play the old ones, man. Like 6 is okay. And this is the thing, this is the common trend. Like, again, I'll say this enough times, like, dude, what are the, like, I'll even say, like, dude, Neo, Doom, and the sequels to them are the best things to come out in this generation for fucking years. There's other ones that might be close, but yeah, nothing touches those two, man. It's not even funny, dude. Like that's why every time I'll only talk Doom, Neo, Doom, Neo, Doom, Neo. There are other ones, again, the Deus Ex game that came out, solid, but it was a bit short. They could have made it longer. There's always I can say something, right? And same with Doom and Neo. They're not perfect, more so Neo, but like they're just so good. They have that feel of what classic games. You're like, damn, this is some good ass fucking shit. Like I said, Jedi, you're like, this is good. Like there's plenty of like I would say good games. I'm not no doomer, right? Like every game sucks, but 80 to 90% of it is garbage, bro. It's just Astonese. All of them Astonese, bro. Here's our battle pass. Here's our mini record. Oh, all these stupid shit that take you money. They want to charge $70, and you play like garbage, bro. They feel awful, and they have no depth at all. And it's like, what do you mean? Play a fighting game, learn to get at least to platinum rank, then get back to me. You know exactly what I mean. Doom and Neo are the only games I can think of that actually have execution that other games don't. Miss me with that shit. You guys have literally, oh, here's an easy mode, and you just tap square, and oh my god, you beat the story mode. Fucking meanwhile, Neo, oh, you don't know how to play. Damn, get fucked by the first boss, bro. Like old school games used to be, bro. Like we don't have that design anymore. Same with Doom. Oh, our DLC, it even says a warning. This game is actually really fucking hard. You have to know what you're doing. Even on our quote easy mode, you will get clapped because in 5 minutes, literally the boss shows up. You're in a corner and there's like 3 enemies behind you. Get good, bitch. I love when games just say like get good. Don't be a little bitch. And that's a funny thing. That's why I don't even talk about Dark Souls. I think they're annoying and too tedious. They're not hard. They're mid. The only reason people think they're hard is because every other game is so fucking punch a baby easy that a game simply asking, okay, don't just mash square. You have square and triangle. That's it. This game's not that deep. Just take your turn. Be patient. Learn patterns. And if you fuck up, you have to go back to your spot and get your shit. No, and that's it. It's not that hard. People, oh, it's so hard. There needs to be an easy mode on Souls games. It's like, bruh. Anybody can beat this shit. Literally, the creator said so, and he apologized for Elden Ring having hard parts, and then he nerfed and buffed stuff to make it easier.
We seen a video earlier of people losing their shit because like some 7-year-old beat Elden Ring.
Oh yeah. Some 7-year-old beat Elden Ring, and there was people in the comments giving shit about that because like, oh man, imagine getting flexed on by a 7-year-old. So I was like, dude, further proving my point. And then even.
All right, guys. So I muted myself on Discord, and I just noticed. I know I put it in the background, and it doesn't really matter, unlike the podcasts. But Trainwreck just lost. He lost a lot of money. Like, that is crazy.
Fuck no, bro. That's like telling me fucking Third Strike is any other fighting game. I'm gonna have to say, like, dude, I've been playing Third Strike for 8 years and I'm finally not ass.
I feel like we need to have this conversation right now. You know? We need to have this conversation right now.
Go for it.
Because I play both Unreal Tournament and Halo. I will say this. Unreal Tournament does have a really strong learning curve. But it fucking pales in comparison to a competitive Halo. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. No, it's night and motherfucking day. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of crazy shit that you're able to do in Unreal Tournament, and it is pretty hard for the average player. But there's some shit that the average player will never be able to comprehend inside of a fucking Halo game, no matter how long they played the game. Like, when it comes to difficulty, I would definitely say Halo is much harder to play than Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament, once you end up getting the movement down, you're basically golden. Like, it only takes a couple matches to really learn it. If you really want to know what you're doing, just play 3 matches and just genuinely concentrate on the movement. And once you get that down packed and you're able to go just move around the map seamlessly, it is fucking amazing. But like, it doesn't take long for you to learn that. Whereas Halo, like, Jesus Christ, the amount of shit that I have to sit there and learn in every single Halo game in order for me to stay competitive against everybody, like, it was not hard for me to fucking play Unreal Tournament competitively versus people who fucking played the game longer than me. At all. It's like, man, you fucking players have no idea what the fuck you're talking about on that.
Because I could personally be wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. I could even say it because, but for my little... And the other reason is, like, even with that, like, I could be like, okay, I'm willing to say, okay, maybe Halo has more depth past what I know, right? But the other thing is why I could immediately be like, I could discredit those is for 2 things, right? First of all, Unreal's meta is kind of just settled, right? Like, it's over, it's done. No one's really playing it, so the competitive scene's kind of like whatever. So no one sees real, And footage didn't exist too. That's the other thing, right? And then second, like, the thing is with a game like Halo is like there's constant evolving meta, right? Like that, I don't think that's a separate conversation. It can skew the perspective, right? And the thing what I like to count is, like I said, execution, this and that. Halo, from my knowledge, I could be wrong, but doesn't really have a lot of execution heavy shit. And the thing why I always say Unreal Tournament, and the thing is, Unreal's considered easier than Quake. You say it's quick, but in reality, maybe you're just talented. Sometimes you gotta take away what your is, because everyone's personal experience can be different. You have to look at it from anecdotally, right? But the thing about Quake is, because the actual John Carmack was in the podcast with Joe Rogan, and he said that out of all the esports, Unreal, like, arena shooters are the most brutal. And I've never seen this in Halo, and not even in fighting games, where you could have just.
Hold on, John Carmack is on a bias though. John Carmack is on a bias in that situation because he's the one that makes Quake.
It's not even a bias. He just straight up said it, like he's seen it personally, like, and I don't know, like I said, there's a time you can tell someone being biased. John Carmack isn't like the other dude is. Like, if it was the other guy, for sure I'd see it, right? But like the actual rocket scientist, like, dude, scientists don't have time for biases. Like, if you actually understand how scientists work, dude, like, they're very prideful on being right, like, to an immaculately. And he said he noticed it, like, when he actually watched, because there's not a lot of, and he said, like, the difference between, like, you could, like in a fighting game, if someone's, like, maybe, say, 10 points above you, you could still run it. But in Unreal and Quake, if someone just had that 10 difference, you could just clap them. Like, if you were behind in any way, for some reason, you just fucking clap them. And it's weird. It could just be nature of the game, right? But to me, the biggest thing is, like, getting down the movement. I mean, for me, it feels pretty natural, right? And maybe to Mar, but to the majority, is what I'm saying. Like, to me and Mar, I didn't want to take my... Dude, apparently 98% of the people who ever tried doing the Unreal trial challenge, like couldn't even beat the tutorial, dude. So it's like,
that's actually surprising as fuck for me, because I honestly thought, right, dude, the tutorial is one of the best fucking learning experience I've ever had in a video game.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's just crackheads like me. And the thing is, Unreal isn't just simply the movement. So you have it a bit like you are. Like I said, we're both wrong in this way, right? Like, I don't know peak Halo competitive. I just know enough from what I know. But I knew at least enough from anecdotal. And at the end of the day, if I really wanted to give her a cheek, I'd have to at least play both of them a lot more.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
I didn't find getting into Halo, like, not competitive, but, like, I got Diamond Rank fairly fucking easily, right? And I knew what I was doing, and I get it. Like, I'm not dumb. It's closer to something like what little I took from Battlefield, Counter-Strike, some COD. I didn't really use too many techniques I learned from Unreal. It was primarily like modern shooters, right? But when I play games like Unreal, I have to find out to be a lot more. Like, it's a lot of speed, right? Like, they're different skill sets. It's like Tekken. Like, Tekken is too bloated. People like to think Tekken's harder, but in the end of the day, it's very knowledge heavy. Once you get there, it's like, but then the thing about Tekken is you constantly have to adapt with the meta. And that's how I feel like Halo is from what he's telling me at the higher levels. Like, so we're talking some Tekken shit, but probably less dumb. I feel like Halo isn't bloated like Tekken. But I feel a part of it's with any esport is meta, and that's just a constant, right? Comparing something that has a stable meta that doesn't is you have to look at it for what it's from that. And that's why I always look at execution, like which one actually and a learning curve is like if a game just has a harder learning curve, it's inherently just going to be harder because that means the meta later on is going to be insane, right? And like I said, if it takes that fucking long to not suck dick at your game, it's probably fucking harder. Like it's a very consistent metric in video games. Like the crazier the learning curve, it's been proven with again, fighting games are the biggest esport and the most consistent. We've seen it. What are fighting games that no one loves to play that much? Oh, Accent Core, Third Strike, because their learning curve is fucking insane. Tekken is just a game where simply taking that, and for them it's example, right? It's like Halo and Unreal because once you get Korean backdashing, like you said, you get it. But Korean backdashing does take time and execution, right? That's its main execution. But learning how to do combos in that game, unless you're using Mishimas, is a joke. Right, like aiming in Halo, I don't know what you can compare it to, but I feel like it's a good in between of like COD and like I don't think it's brain dead as COD, but it's not like in Unreal. Like no, aiming is super important because people don't stand still. Like firefight, and that's why I think Halo it does have that. That's why I like firefights in Halo. They're not simply whoever shoots first wins. Like it has that element. Like I'd say it's like a Counter-Strike to Unreal, and that's where I feel like Halo has a lot of its depth. Right, like that's why I say it's a nerfed version of Unreal, but not in a bad way, right? Like obviously it's nerfed in movement, but it compensates that with a lot more. Not that Unreal isn't strategic, but a lot more strategic combat. Like, wouldn't you agree? Like for sure, wouldn't you agree with this statement, right? That's like the Counter-Strike for Unreal shooters because it has the same concept of if you want to retreat, you can retreat, but you have to be smart about it. And whoever just wants to go into a fight like COD or Counter-Strike, you just die because you're an idiot. Like if you can look at your resources and see what if you go into a fight, and you're like, okay, he has full fucking armor. I should chip at him instead of trying to pretend it's COD and go for headshot. Like, no, you want to chip at him or work at the objective. Like, being smart pays off way more in Unreal and in Halo than it does in other shooters, right? That's just for me. Like I say it's the nerf version, but even then, like Halo, in my opinion, is a better esport than other fucking like even maybe Counter-Strike, man. And then Counter-Strike players want to come at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro, but when your firefights can end because someone gets lucky or gets a headshot, that's not like. There's just not a lot of room, right? That's why I like Unreal Tournament. That's why to me it's the highest out of all the aiming ones because you don't just have to simply get a headshot of this. You have to get in a crackhead motherfucker moving across the wall, and you have to do it 10 times. Not once, not twice, not 3, 10 fucking times, and they can retreat at any point and get more health. With Halo, again, it is dumbed down because you don't just simply get health. You just stay behind cover and heal back, and you're good. Like, there isn't as much of a memorization of the map. That's why map knowledge... The two shooters that have map knowledge, like Crackhead, is 100% Counter-Strike and Arena shooters. Like, same with Halo, right? But I don't think it's as crazy as Counter-Strike and Unreal. Because, like I said, you in Halo, as long as you go back, heal, and you're smart, right? You could chip, and then you're even, and then you could melee, and okay, you get double kill, right? But in Unreal Tournament, no, you have to immediately strategically retreat and know that the dude's chasing you behind you and find a pattern and best efficient way to get to the health. And then there's a meta game in you trying to get health and seeing how he's going to try to block your path. Halo does not have that. It just does not. They move way too slow to have that in any way, shape, or form. Like I'm not just speaking out of my ass, right? But at the end of the day, I'm giving Halo credit. Like I think it's a good esport. I'm not saying it's trash, right? Like I hope people don't get that misconstrued. Like I clearly do understand. Like I said, I actually got a high rank. Like I don't suck.
No, that part I completely understand. You're not saying like when it comes down to it, because this entire conversation, I was also thinking about just the differences in between, and I just picked 2 games. I picked Unreal Tournament 2004. And then I compared it to Halo 2 and the amount of shit that you're able to do in both games. And for anyone who's ever played a Halo game and you've heard about how difficult the older games were, like especially in the beginning of Xbox Live when you're trying to fucking play Halo 2 and make it all the way up to rank 50, that is damn near of an impossibility for some people. I myself didn't even make it up there. The highest I ever gotten was 48. And I have not been able to break out of 48 just because of how difficult it was. And then on top of that, also Halo 3 was coming out. So that's pretty much redundant right there, I guess. But the amount of shit that I had to do in order for me to get good at the game versus, and I was also comparing the two, like Counter-Strike 1.6 and even the first Quake game, even back in the day, it was like, holy fucking balls.
It's different, for sure. I agree with you.
There's definitely a difference in all of them.
Yeah.
But funny enough, because we were having this conversation, you actually made me realize that there's another game that's actually on my list that I'm waiting to play. That's coming out later this year. Supposedly, it's coming out in October of 2024. It's called Tribes 3 Rivals. That is the next game that I'm actually waiting for. Tribes is one of those games where it's like it's Unreal Tournament / Quake-esque, where you have to like it's really fast movement and it's like really fucking strategic. But like the speed in this game gets fucking wild. I'm actually going to take the trailer and post it into the chat. But this I'm actually looking forward to just because it's those feelings. Like I miss those games because we don't really have those anymore, and I get why we don't have them anymore because people have HHDD VVBVD brains. Like they have no idea what the fuck they're even thinking anymore. Let me post it right. But like I'm actually pretty excited that the games are going to come out. I honestly think it's going to be a good game. But right there. Bam.
Oh yeah, dude! You already know I gotta check it out. But I mean, that's funny. But you guys my point, though. I mean, okay, so I get where you're coming from, right? But the thing is, you understand. I'm not just trying to bash on Halo. Like, I actually think as an esport, Halo is one of the best shooters, right? So I come in from a place of love, right? Like, and then you stop and think about it. Oh wow, I'm comparing the first Quake and the first Unreals to like one of the best Halos. It's like comparing Street Fighter 2 to Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, Guilty Gear Strive is the dumbed down version of Guilty Gear, but it has more depth than Street Fighter 2. And the other thing is, like I said, I'm willing to make mistakes, and like I said, from what little I've noticed and play, like until I really fuck with them way more, then I can speak in more authority, right? But this is from someone like I have at least authority, right? Like I'm not just speaking out of my ass, and even like from what you heard me, like you felt like I can at least explained what I was coming from, right? Like it's not just blink knowledge, and then at the end of the day, there was meta specific things. But to me, I feel like arena shooters, especially they have too much of a trifecta. Because here's the thing, like I feel like in games like Halo and Counter-Strike a bit. You can just play a different place. Like I know in Counter-Strike you could be a reactive player, but then you could swap to a different style. And I've seen this in pro players, and even I remember it was some YouTube. They were like, "Oh yeah, as older players become more strategic." And we see it in fighting games, right? Like they don't react. But in a game like Unreal, like you have to have good reactions, bro. You can't just be like, "Oh yeah, I could be." I mean, you can, right? But I feel like it's just too crackhead. Like speed does matter. I hate when people kind of discount speed. Like, oh, it's like, dude, it makes a huge fucking difference, bro. Like being like, dude, aiming at someone who can only move left and right is not the same as them being able to crouch, bunny hop, and change their size. Like I said, you can't just shoot them once. You gotta shoot them a fuck ton. Like to me, it's like that's just hard as shit, right? That's one of the biggest reasons. But like I said, like I don't know, like I like Halo. Like Halo is a shooter that I wanted to really fuck with, and that's why I really had hopes for Infinite. But the excitement's gone, bro. Like, I don't even give a fuck. It's like, I just want to delete that shit now from my thing. But it's like, I want to at least get the battle pass. Like, it's...
Even Xbox doesn't care about Infinite anymore.
Damn, bro. Shit. But...
No. They actually do care about it. They did actually say that we're going to get our last few updates for the game, and they're already working on the next Halo game on Unreal Engine 5. So the moment I ended up hearing that, I'm like, oh my fucking god. Our prayers...
They're banning Infinite. They're just going to use
a fucking engine. Well, here's the thing with Infinite. The reason why they ended up releasing, like, for example, Forge just recently, and like the amount of shit that the community itself has created on Forge, like it pales in comparison to just about everything that 343 has made since its inception.
Microsoft
and like
there's so little about Infinite that
I really don't see.
And let them.
Oh, yeah, was he saying in the background?
Yeah. No, he said about what
yeah, because I was going to end up saying, like, when it comes to Halo, I want to be honest with you right now. No one's going to keep this alive other than the community.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Xbox doesn't really care anymore. They don't know how to handle Halo. Because I don't think the people who are there now understand just how big Halo was when it first started. And, like, they don't understand just, like, what made it so popular.
Exactly.
And there's so many members in the community that actually do understand that shit. Like with Forge mode, we're able to make our own campaign missions. Yeah, any idea how fucking wild that is?
And then you know what? Here's what pisses me off. Like I said, it's Western design. The UI is so terrible that I don't even want to use Forge mode because I'm like, I just want to see what everyone's playing. Like like browser servers like Battlefield. But no, I get this archaic, weird, stupid bullshit, and it makes me not want to play. Like, why is Western UI so garbage, bro? Like, how are you so bad that your game can be objectively good, but your AI is so frustrating? I don't even want to touch your game, bro. Like, dead ass, bro. It's just so fucking frustrating, bro. It's crazy how...
Bro, I'm still trying to grasp my head around Call of Duty's UI because the way they did their shit is like... Oh my fucking god! What Hulu bullshit ass fuckery did you guys decide to do?
Dude, I love when did
so
you see the
fucking
clip where that
sense.
one streamer legit got pissed as fuck because he was just trying to find how to add friends, and I was like, relatable, bro. Relatable.
Yeah, yeah.
He was fucking
And I don't fucking blame you for getting
pissed.
pissed off. That's
Like,
because I too get fucking pissed off at that stupid bullshit.
I hate it. What happened to unique creative menus that actually, like had like special font or a good intro, like Halo's like, oh, here's the Halo ring, and then oh, it's all immersive, or like Persona, where if you go up and down, like the glass shatters, like like what happened to that instead of everything's boxes, like you have everything but you can't see everything at the same time, just like the stupid Microsoft Windows 8 fucking shit, like your whole screen is filled, yet you can't see what you're trying to look at. How does that make any sense? How do you have everything but nothing at the same time? Like, holy shit.
They essentially go off the idea where we're trying to get you guys to buy shit off of our game in order for this game to survive. And it's like, that's basically what a bunch of games have become. Like, modern day gaming is literally just a fucking virtual pachinko machines.
Yeah. Like I said, to me, look, bro, if an outfit or DLC costs more than a whole ass game, which is like $48, dude, I look at that money and I'm like, let me go buy Onimusha on sale for $8 instead of this trash.
Yes.
But yeah, again, like I said, like if anything, I am open to learn more about consoles. No one gives me at the shit. Like I am open, I go back to and like I said, good example. Like for fighting games, I just hate when people who like only look at it from their biased point of view and they don't play like everything kind of shit. Like I'm gonna do a video. I'm still doing this, a long project, because I hate when people say, "Oh, this fighting game's harder, this, and that." And half the time, it's like it'll be like, "Oh, Tekken players saying their shit's so hard." It's like, dude, no, it's not. Like Loki, I played competitive. And Strive is harder than fucking Tekken, bro. Tekken's just bloated. That's all it is, man. Being bloated. Like, people don't understand concepts like that. Some games just take time, some actual skill. Like, I talk about skill. And that's why I'm doing a video going back to release it. I don't know when I get it, because it's a huge project. I literally did every single fucking combo trial for almost every fighting game. Mar, do you understand how many fucking trials that is? I put my money where my mouth is, because I was tired of people telling me. And I said, fuck it, I'm gonna find which games, and I even said, okay, it's not representative final, but I tend to find that the trials are at least 3/4 of how the hardest combo is, right? And I'm gonna have a list, it's organized, right? Like we have Dragon Ball Fighters, Grand Blue, like a lot of the easy fighting, and BB tags like the hardest of the easy. I have categories like easy, medium, hard, and I was able to tell and feel the difference. I mean, quick guess, can you guess which one's at the top?
Take a wild guess. Top from all that. Well, I mean, I would say Third Strike, but that'll be too easy with an answer. So I'll just
you're already
be like, oh, good First Strike.
You actually get
I'll be the contrarian.
I mean, how about this? Have you heard of how notorious KOF 14's trials are?
You know what? I have. And the crazy thing is, that is one tutorial I've never fucking touched because of its reputation.
Ooh, no,
I've always found it intimidating for me.
And here's the thing, I even made rules where like I had to do this, and I literally have notes of how long it took me, whatever, so it could be a subject, and I would give my thoughts, and what was no, even like on some of the easy, it shows you just how fighting games are. Like, bro, BB Tag is one of the hardest of the easy fighters, that basically you mash square kind of shit. Bro, it actually, in most of the trials, bro, like no bullshit, you could do it for one character in 10 minutes. And even I said, it's like, oh, just because you have to learn what it is and get used to it. But it's like, once you get it, like I even said, like a lot of the lower ones, like they're the kind of combos, like once you get it, you can like never drop it. But there is one combo in that fucking bitch that I'm like, what the fuck? Like this witch bitch had like legit, I'm like, bro, what's the Street Fighter ass combo the fuck they gave this bitch? Lynx and BB Tag? That's just random. But again, I said she's the minority. And that's why I hate when people, like again, when Tekken players say, oh, Tekken has execution. The Mishimas don't count. They're the minority. We're not counting the one character y'all fuckers don't pick. Like I hate when people use that excuse, because I always think of Tekken players because they're the most annoying. It's like, dude, literally the FGC agrees as a whole that your combos are a fucking joke. That's not the main point of your thing. It's whip punishing and Korean backdashing. That's where we're like, okay, cool, yeah. But even then,
hold on. Sorry, I had everything muted. I was eating popcorn like a savage. I heard you said that Tekken community is a what? It's what?
Tekken. They're the ones who always be saying the stupidest shit. They're the main ones, right?
As a strong member, as could be possibly the CEO of this speech of the community of Tekken, I like to say that is false. We're gonna give that towards the Smash community. Thank you very much.
Sure, not the pedos.
That's what I mean. Like that community is the one that's trashing on your Street Fighters.
This is why I think that Tekken players are a fucking joke, especially like higher low pro players. Because,
Whoa,
like, dude, if a Street Fighter player can come in and fucking body y'all ain't shit, bro.
that is insane.
And again, I forgot what esports it was. It said like, oh, what happened when like a Halo player actually played like Counter-Strike and Call of Duty, and they're like, no, he did fucking good. But when like a Call of Duty player tried playing Counter-Strike or Halo, like he was cheeks, bro. Like that's how you know the community. Like Snake Eyes, this happened before too. Like I'm not even trying to be like a dick. I'm not like biased. Like I like all the games equally, but I just can tell when some games are harder than others. Snake Eyes, who doesn't play Guilty Gear at all, me too. We're both example. We're not Guilty Gear players. Play our first Guilty Gear. I got top 100. He fucking got like fucking top 50. Right? We don't even play Guilty Gear like that. Because part of it's the scene too. Like I know Strive is dumbed down Guilty Gear, but yeah, we play dumbed down Guilty Gear, and we're still one of the best Guilty Gear players for that shit. Then part of the thing we know is because their community is weak, and the whole conversation is not that Guilty Gear is not a hard game, right? I hate when people think like I'm not saying Halo's bad or it's a weak shooter, right? Like even Call of Duty, like Call of Duty's the Mortal Kombat of fucking shooters, bro. We all agree that. That's why the FPS community shits on it. But there is still like MLG stuff about it, right? It has like little sprinkles of that shit. Same with Mortal Kombat, like its execution's a joke even compared to Tekken, but it still is a fighting game, right? It's not Smash or Naruto. Like there's a fine line where like Mortal Kombat and Call of Duty, it's like okay, we'll let you guys in, but you can't talk shit, right? Like that's the golden rule. Even if you see in shooter community, like we'll let you guys in, but you better know you're the baby in this pool, right? It's like all right, cool, you know. And then you got in the corner, you got fucking Quake, Unreal, Third Strike. They're like, yeah, bro, welcome to the club. They're like the fucking variants, and you know why? Because even other people in the community fucking suck their dick, bro. You know that's just cap. Like you know when you worship the OG, that's like this is a great video. I gotta send it to you, Mar. That's why like I still hold it highly because there's someone who does play the FPS community, and they talked about how it was when Counter-Strike, Halo, and COD dropped. And how the FPS community, because the thing is, the FPS community has changed too. Like they used to be really hardcore old heads, and then they switched to a lot of these new gen Zoomer millennials, and like I said, minority of people who are OG like me and you that know what's up. You know, because I remember that there's a huge controversy between like new gen Halo fans and old gen where they started with 4, so they don't know what a good Halo game is, so that's why they give Infinite a huge slack in 343. Like 343 is good, it's like bro, because all y'all.
I don't know what these old people.
You know what I'm saying? I heard a lot of these old
good. I hate those people.
But you get what I'm saying though, right? Like I want to make sure I want to come off as unbiased as possible because I care about the art of esports. Like it's not some favoritism bullshit, you know. And again, I spoke enough to where like yeah, I have an idea of how these games play high level, and I like for Unreal, I'm still missing. Like Unreal, it's like I still need to do the trials and get better. But like again, the problem with those games is they're dead as fuck, you know. And fucking
here's a conversation I've been having with myself recently. I gotta ask you now.
Sure.
Do you think esports will survive long enough to see 2030?
I think so. I think so. Like, here's the thing, right? Because here's the thing. When we mean, because here's how I see esports, right? It's one of two things. The literal term of like in electronic sport, and what I define them as, like I said, to me, is skill. Like, what's your skill ceiling? That's why I don't think games like Smash, Naruto, or Overwatch, or other mediocre ass garbage that try to pass this quote esports aren't esports. Like, if anyone can play your shit, you're not an esport. I'm sorry. There needs to be literally like a skill ceiling, a gap, and a learning curve, the trifecta. And I learned that through fighting games, because up until I played other stuff, I didn't realize like the concept just of a quarter circle blew my fucking mind. Like, damn, this is literally like you kind of need an inherent tool to gatekeep. And the crazy thing is, quarter circle isn't that hard of a gatekeeping tool. It's one of the weaker ones in the entirety of esports. But again, low seal, right? But massive skill ceiling, right? Like okay, cool, now you know how to do it. Can you do it 100 times? Can you do it under pressure? Can you do it in a combo? Can you do it in this combo? Can you do it 3 times in a combo, right? Like, not that hard to...
Whoa. Man, my computer just glitched, guys. I don't know what's happening. It like disconnected? Yeah. Excuse me.
It's not my opinion, it's objective things. Doing down back is way easier than a quarter circle. That's why I literally was writing down timestamps, because objectively, and I even put in the video, I'm gonna mention, like, I should mention that I am really good at execution, but that also means that if I'm beating combos really fast, then they are really low execution. Like, you might take long, but that's you. So now you take that combo that you struggle with, now try to do a third strike combo, and basically it's impossible for you, right? Because that's something that makes inherent. That's why when someone in chat said, I don't understand why command grabs have to be a full circle. Why can't they just be like modern controls? And I say, because that's what makes sports unique. It's in the name of sports. Look at our grandfathers, right? Look at the origins of true esports. Look at games like chess and even like soccer, right? Two of the most biggest, mind and physical sports. And the thing they have is that everyone has those specialty, right? Like in football, some people might be strikers, some people might be good defenses, right? And that's the whole thing. Like the reason we have these things, if people can have different skill ceilings and so many techniques, everyone's special. No one gets to play the same. Like in Naruto, bro, you play Itachi, I play Itachi. We're playing him the same, bro. He was like, oh, he likes to go left, but he goes right. That's not a big difference. We both smash square at the end of the day, do the weird combo, and maybe my team composition is different. But we inherently do not play Itachi different, nor is there a skilling ceiling, right? Like, that's why I mean it's so level. But let's say it's a fighting game. Let's say, Mar, you're really good at DPs, and I'm good at quarter circles. That means we will see combos and neutral more centered around my strengths, whereas with you, you will with yours. And that's what is an esport to me, right? That's what I want to say is... So when you were asking that question, now that I've explained what an esport is, did you mean like esports as in the organization, or esports as a whole? Sorry to go off on that mini.
Esports as a whole, because don't get me wrong, I always think no matter what, there's going to be competitive gaming in general. But when it comes to being able to throw out tournaments and actually make money and like see the different productions that we see nowadays, like obviously we're about to get Combo Breaker in a couple of weeks. We have the fucking Capcom Pro tournament that's been going on. We have the Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm battles, whatever the fuck they're even calling those. We have those over there. Call of Duty League happening this entire weekend. Halo's going to be starting up soon. Like all of these, I kind of feel like there's going to be a certain point where money's just going to stop coming in, and this is only going to be funded by the people who play. And if that ends up happening, we'll probably end up dying.
No, actually, you know what? I think here's my whole thoughts on that, Chudo. So it's great. So I feel like the organization as esports will still be around, but they've been, I don't know, because here's the thing, right? Because we all know esports like Counter-Strike and a handful of other ones. Like the main thing is I want to get is there's only the big three. This is the golden rule. And what are the big three for esports? Like as a whole, not the organization. It's Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter. Nobody touches their numbers, their viewership. Like it just doesn't. And the thing is, Counter-Strike is solid. Halo is solid. Gears of War, solid. Like these are good esports. I like watching them. I feel Counter-Strike's gotten weaker over the years, but that's my opinion, right? Gears could use more love. Halo is just getting fucked because like it's just the core game isn't bringing enough people to care enough, right? But like, the huge reason why esports is an org is because this is why I said to me an esport needs to succeed is like I said, have your depth, right? Have huge popularity. Like you need to be a main IP, right? Like. And remember, like I said, Mortal Kombat, everyone knows Mortal Kombat, everyone knows Call of Duty, everyone knows Street Fighter, right? That's why I feel like if you're no IP, you're fucked. Like, I'm gonna be honest right now, the esports scene, like, if you're no IP, you're just fucked. Like, Guilty Gear Strive barely, like I feel like look at Strive. It was potential huge new esport. That shit dropped. No one cares. That shit's dying competitive. And going back to what Mar was saying is, like, the money coming into esports, like, it's already dying. There's so many esports, like, I'm glad Overwatch is dying. Like, I think for the org esports and a lot of other esports, you're just fucked. You're 100% gonna get funded by your crowd, but here's the thing: the only ones who know how to do it are the FGC or legacy games like Halo or Gears. Like the esport, let's be real. Hey, let's say the organization esports collapse. People are still gonna host and fund money, right? Like with legacy players, right? Like Counter-Strike, Gears, and Halo are not gonna die. They just are not gonna die. They're too much of a legacy title. Too many people are committed and care, and they put the money where their mouth is. But they're the only ones I could see outside of the FGC doing that. Because guess what, bro? We literally have anime fighting games, bro. Like, hold on. How many of y'all heard of this game?
Gosh, damn.
Bunko, Million Arthur, Arcana Blood. I guarantee not a single one of you motherfuckers heard that shit. Tell me why this game I've got, that's only in Japan, in my hands, actually has a very small scene in Japan, and it was at EVO Japan.
Wait, can we see
Every
it?
other niche game that's a quote esport wishes they were as good as Million Arthur, and nobody knows this game exists. You can't touch the FGC. Like, that's why the FGC is its own entity, right? Like it'll live on, but that's why the thing is we need outside money, and right now, that's the whole thing. Like so we covered esports, right? My thoughts on it is I don't know enough, and my problem is it's not growing. The biggest problem with other esports outside FGC, they're not growing because Call of Duty, like, no one cares about it anymore. I don't care. Because, again, I like them, and I just don't give a shit about any of them. Infinite, I'm like, I'm done. COD, that's trash. Counter-Strike, whatever.
While we're having this conversation, I actually went out of my way to go look up the peak viewership numbers from last year from all the esports games. I'll give you the first top 5. Okay, Dota 2, PUBG Mobile, Fortnite, Counter-Strike, and Arena of Valor. Those are the top 5. And the peak viewership from those, 1.5 mil for Dota 2, 980,000 for PUBG Mobile, 722,000 for Fortnite, which honestly I think that's low as fuck compared to like its peak tournament time.
Right. It's dying.
Let's see. Peak for Counter-Strike during last year was May 21st, 1.5 mil. That's actually not bad at all for fucking Counter-Strike. I'll give them that.
Right.
And then Arena of Valor, which I don't even know what the fuck that game is, but apparently it's a mobile game, and they had 974K viewers.
Okay, so getting that, people are gonna bring me in and give you all this bullshit. I'm glad you mentioned that, Mar. Actually, so you got one of my whole statement is with esports. So I'm gonna say this: those are not real esports, bro. Like iPhone games, throw that shit in the trash.
Damn,
trash. And here's the other thing I want to get at. I've mentioned it before. Like, they're just not real esports. Because when I say esports, like, no, I want in integrity a game that actually requires skill, this, and that. I don't consider none of those booty water games not true. And someone's like, oh, you're being biased. Like, dude, I play every single genre. Please shut the fuck up. Like, I am tired of you motherfuckers, bro, who only play one fucking game. Like, oh, I play only COD should be game of the year. And you want to tell the motherfucker who's played every single genre and actually can at least, like, bro, if I wanted to, bro, I could be like, yo, I'm gonna play competitive XCOM. I'm gonna play competitive Halo, I'm gonna go play competitive Third. Like, I can play it. I really can, bro. Like, my money's where my mouth is, bro. Like, I got master rank 3 times, bro. Like, even within my own scene, I'm a fucking Chad, bro. Miss me with that shit.
Holy fuck balls. Okay, so I went to scroll down to see, like, where Call of Duty was at least. Number 13 for Call of Duty. Peak viewership. Yeah, they've gone down significantly. 355K viewers. And I would argue because they took it off of Twitch, and they've only been doing exclusively on YouTube. That's actually been a giant controversy this year as well.
True. Yeah, that fuck. Because Twitch is the place you want to go for esports. Like, it is what it is, right? But my main thing is, here's what I'm saying, right? I want to say this much too. So they're not real esports. I don't care about. And
wait, what games do you consider?
Conversation. But let me get into like the first thing. So games like Dota and League, I'm gonna be real. There's only 2 reasons they have numbers. 2, like I said this before, bro. You ever notice the only people who play League and Dota are usually rich, privileged ass motherfuckers or people from China. The reason they even have any money is because these people are literally, this is the average League player. Oh, I suck at shooters and fighting games. Oh, I'm gonna fucking finesse these fucking poor people. Like, literally the only people who play these games are poor people from Latin American countries or Africa who can only afford a little shitty PC that can run League. They can't run COD or Street Fighter if they wanted to, so they gotta run this booty water exclusive of a game. Dude, you know what's proof? There's literally a Venezuelan in my house and he literally plays League. So I'm so fucking right. Like, I nailed this shit. That's just his boyfriend.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, you just pissed off so many of our South Korean listeners.
I do not give a shit. Y'all are cheats at every fighting game but second, bro. Lick my left nut. Like, y'all literally are mediocre in esports, bro.
He said just like, left.
Sorry. I don't care.
It's okay.
Again, I can talk shit. Here's the reason why I can talk shit, bro. I don't care. Every single pro player, I don't care if you're Daigo, the best. Play me in your game. Watch you not clap me. I will play you in every other game and you're my bitch for the next 10 minutes, bro. I don't call myself greatest gamer for nothing, dude. Like, seriously, bro. Like, I love to see someone challenge me with that shit. You're not happening. You're gonna be my bitch in Unreal, Halo, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Third Strike, KOF, Street Fighter, Tekken. Like, you're my bitch! I haven't seen a single fucker that flexes like me. I'm just tired of being nice, bro. Like, y'all motherfuckers suck dick. I don't want to hear your fucking opinions, bro. I'm tired of that shit.
Sure, I did challenge him at Halo, and I did take an L for some whatever reason.
Mar, you come on, bro. Even you have to admit, who have you seen that has triple master rank, has played in tournaments and gotten top 8, commentated, and can actually play games like Gears, Halo, to the point where people literally have had pro players commentate like, yo, this guy's actually pretty good. Like, I had a dude to say that in Halo one time, bro. I was playing like Halo 4 randomly or in 3, and they were like, damn, this guy was doing pretty good. Like, I adjusted. Like, I got couples like, you know what, they're good. Let me put up a decent fight, right? And Gears 2, they're like, oh, yo, this guy's doing pretty good. I even had a clip, but wall bouncing, ball bouncing, bro. And I didn't even watch a YouTube tutorial or anything. I was like, man, you know, I seen them do it. And I just learned it, and I started doing that shit, right? Okay, and then COD's a joke, so whatever, right? But Counter-Strike, I had fun playing the PS3 version. That's a whole other story, right? You know, it's easy to clap motherfuckers who play on a PS3 controller while you're on mouse and keyboard, right? So I don't think that's a fair comparison. Again, look, I'm able to take my own. I can absolutely observe, like, when I'm clapping or when it's a fair fight or when I'm getting clapped, right? And most people can't do that. My main thing is, so other pro players can acknowledge it. Like, Daigo would look at me and be like, oh, that guy's MLG, right? Like, even other COD players were like, you know what, I'll run that shit, right? Sure, fair enough. But these stupid mobile gaming goddamn mobile players, bro, it's like, dude, your game literally has no skill, bro. You just press a button, bro. At least with fucking COD, I have to aim or some bullshit.
Ain't no way you just said all you gotta do is press buttons. Everything you gotta press buttons.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every move in a fucking those games, anybody can do. That's why I said it's not a hard thing. Like, in games like football and soccer wouldn't be hard because you have to train to be able to throw. You have to train to be able to do corner shots. No one's training in League to do moves. Like, oh, you have to strategy. No. If like I said, you need a high skill ceiling.
Honestly, I play League of Legends, and I don't see how that could be an esports game. I'm gonna be honest.
Right? No, it's because here's the thing. Here's the number one reason. Like I said, It's rich people with an ego who can't play real games, and they want to dunk on all these poor people from fucking poor regions like Africa and Latin America. The only reason they play because it's the only thing they can play. So they learn to love it because, and I've been right. Because, dude, literally, this is the other reason why I think games like League are literally, they're a scam. And it's no secret, I want to say this, that esports as a whole, there's a lot of scams. A lot of viewership numbers are fucking goddamn, inflated as fuck. And that's why I said the big three esports, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, COD, they never have to inflate their numbers, and they refuse to, right? Like, even COD, like, they're keeping it real, look at it. They're getting fucked, and they refuse to lie about it, because, like, why would we need to? Right? But other esports, like, 100%, I think League is a giant scam. I know they do get money, but I don't think they get as much money as they do. And I guarantee you those prize pools, they already paid $1,000 to these Koreans from nowhere. Like, here's $1,000, say you got $1 million, don't tell anybody. I'm being serious. That's, to me, my conspiracy about esports, bro. Because here's another thing how I know it's not bullshit. If you go out in the streets, to me, this is a golden rule we can all agree with. I can sit here and be like, yo, we all know who Keanu Reeves is, right? Oh, that person's famous. Golden rule. And then if I go sit here, oh man, Street Fighter, bro, you could show Ryu, Honda, whatever. Oh, we could Call of Duty. Oh, here's Mason. Oh, here's the AK, whatever. Like, same with Mortal Kombat. Everyone knows Scorpion, Sub-Zero. You say League of Legends or so League of Legends, no one's gonna know what the fuck that is, bro. Literally, League of Legends is only for people within the gaming community, and even within that community, a minority who only play on PC. Like, the average person does not know what the fuck League is, so I refuse to believe that they have that kind of money. That it just literally makes no sense. It does not. Economically, it just goes against so many fucking rules. If something's actually that popular, like my grandma, that's why Fortnite I kind of believe, but their esports scene is whatever, yada yada, and then, that's a whole different conversation. I don't think they're lying either, but I think their esports scene is immaculately weak. We all agree with that. Like, we all could look at Fortnite and be like, you're kind of a joke, right? But I'm not wrong. Like, we all agree, common sense, that I could go to my grandma. Oh, yeah, like, dude, literally, my uncle knew what Street Fighter was. He knew what Street Fighter is. It's my uncle. Oh, yeah, I seen that little Ryu, like the fuck. But then, League of Legends is. But like, oh, but what the... No, fuck the young motherfuckers. No one cares about them. They have no money. They're broke as fuck. The boomers, they got money, though. Like, shit.
As a person who participated in a Fortnite tournament, I will disagree with that and say that Fortnite shall be in tournaments.
That's my whole thing. I think those things are a scam. And the whole thing with mobile games, well, I mean, it's mobile. Here's the other thing why games, especially in China. This is why in China and in that Asian region, games like iPhone games, as I call them, and then League, those games, bro, China has never been able to play real console games until the PS4. That's why people don't realize. That's why they're actually really weak in Tekken, Street Fighter, and FPS, because they haven't had access to real games. Let me just sing it. You're bored as shit. Go have fun with anything, bro. You'll have 2 boxes and be like, yo, this is fun. So of course, and then you get attached to it. Why would you ever play something like Street Fighter? It's just too daunting, because now it's a real fucking game. It's just human nature.
I got 2 boxes. It's fun.
All you've played is trash your whole life, so that's all you fucking know. You're not gonna ever.
Bro, want to get your mind blown right now?
What?
I'm gonna blow your mind right now, because I'm still looking through like esports statistics of like all time.
And like I said, most of it's bullshit, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro, it's bullshit. Most of it's bullshit.
No, a lot of it is like, right now I'm looking at like the amount of money that they put in the game overall, and like it is fucking wild, man. Because I'm looking at, what is this? PUBG? Yeah, it's PUBG Mobile. A mobile game, top 5 in earning. By the way, $83 million. Holy shit!
And that's the thing.
This is a phone game. This is like literally a phone game.
Like I said, no.
You know what? I can't knock it too hard though, because I remember back during GameWorks we did throw a PUBG mobile tournament, and it was actually pretty fucking packed. They were even explaining to us that the mobile game is a lot more popular than the PC game itself, just because one, it worked good, and 2, like, everyone for some reason just gravitated to that game more, which is why it's still around. But like, I am fucking shocked at how much money they've even made. Even like on the peak version, like the most of you had like during this, it's 3.8 million, and that was on January 21st, 2021.
Right, and that's why I want to get back. So that conversation was about like the League types of games or whatever they call the MOBAs. No, iPhone games different. No, the money, I believe, like, it's not a secret they make a shit ton of money, right? And here's the thing, with Pug, it is a game. At least it is a game. It's not a very good one, but here's the thing, it's mediocre. Like, Pug is just mediocre. It's trash. And the thing is, the only reason people do this is consistent, especially with Americans and in Chinese. It's convenient. It's just way more convenient to play on your fucking phone, and most people are normies. That's why literally games like Third Strike I did, like, this is the thing that's, to me, as a huge advocate for esports, is that we have to start small. That's why I don't mind fighting games dumbing themselves down, same with shooters, and we had this conversation. That's why a lot of us older heads, we have to admit that our game has to be a bit dumbed down, because what is our competition? It's literally Fortnite, Pug, and goddamn League. Brain dead baby games. How close can we get to that without sacrificing what makes our shit deep? Like, let's make at least the entryway, like, because we have the technology. This ain't the 90s, right? Make it where they can smash square. But if they want to get good, here's a character that lets you smash square triangle, then square triangle circle. And 100%, that's definitely not me making that game. Definitely not me. Where it's like, the nooblets can, they have little stuff where they have fun and enjoy it, and it's on iPhone and everything. And then they're like, oh shit, damn, this quarter circle shit's dank as fuck, because they don't know that shit, right? Like, if you just come in immediately, here's 20 moves, hard as shit execution, here's an electronic godfist, have fun. No wonder they don't want to get into an actual fucking esport. They'll just play whatever's comfortable, most available. And like I said, the money's 100% there for mobile. Like, the main thing with mobile is just because it's just too convenient. But would I call it a real esport? No. Like, that's why I said mobile's a completely different conversation. Like, the money 100% is there. It just is. Like, it's not a secret. I have to sit here and be like, it'll be around. But here's the other thing, too. Not that many people take it serious. Like, people don't realize, like, there's money. It's just literally convenient. It's just convenience. If people actually had to put in the extra effort like the FGC does, it wouldn't. Like, iPhone games would be even more fucking dead than PC. And that's why I said to me, if you want to be a true esport, like I said, we already established, here's your skill ceiling, right? And then, of course, actually be popular. Like I said, this is my trifecta for a true esport. I have an actual skill ceiling. You actually have, like, depth, whatever, not just, square goal, burr. Actually be famous. Like, I better be able to go to the street.
This also does kind of fall into, like, I was going to say, this kind of falls into another part of a conversation I just now thought about.
Go for it.
Casual esports versus actual competitive esports. Like, is a game being casual but having a tournament for it, is that, like, the wave that people are going to be going for now? Because, like, I'm looking at all these numbers, and it kind of seems like a lot of people gravitate more to these casual games than the harder games.
Yeah, no. And
like, fucking Street Fighter is in, like, number 21 on this list, and it's like, why and how?
Wait, Street Fighter's on the casual and not on
Street Fighter. No, like, Street Fighter is number 20 compared to, like, a lot of these games that we're talking about. They're, like, literally 5, 6, and 7. Like, they're sitting right there in the top.
Huh.
And I'm wondering whether or not is the appeal of a casual game being somewhat competitive. Is that what lures people into wanting to play quote unquote esports? Because in that case, I kind of do feel like esports in general is dying just off of that merit alone, because no one's actually being competitive. You're just playing a game just for fun and getting shit ton of money.
And it's funny you mentioned that. I like that. Like, I'll go back to my thought I wanted about the whole popularity thing. I'll loop that back to that for you guys. So I noticed this because when I was at ASIN, I want to know what had the most amount of people playing. Because we had our FGC corner, and then there's the Smash guys. More people were going to Smash than the FGC one. And I talked to them. Because here's the thing, this is why I put my money where my mouth is. I'm not an awkward weirdo. I actually talk to people. And a lot of them, they're like, it's literally, people don't give a shit about competitive. They just want to be able to play something, right? And they literally looked at fighting games, even something like BB Tag, and they were just terrified of either the game or the people who played it. That's why I'm telling our veterans, we need to chill. We terrify these poor kids, bro. And the thing is, here's the thing I want to say about real sports. The same with Halo. It's like, you gotta succeed in your offline or something to really appeal to them. And fighting games have been slacking in that. And even shooters, like, again, COD. Again, why was Black Ops 2 one of the biggest esports? It wasn't because of the esports scene. It had a great offline. Holy shit. And it's crazy that these esports games, literally esports is killing itself. You focus too much on the competitive side, appealing to the 1%, appeal to the majority. And I talked to them, and what was the main reason? Oh yeah, I like Smash because I could play with my friends. Oh, I really like Embassy mode, this, and that. That's the main reason Smash got a lot of people. And guess what it was too? A lot of IPs they grew up, right? So boom, recognition. That's number one, right? Who doesn't know Marlo? Boom, that's like I said. It follows it. The only thing Smash is missing is actually having execution. But that's also one of the reasons it's so strong, right? Because they know it's easy as fuck. Like, literally, every person I've ever talked to who actually plays Smash, like, a majority, like 99 to 90% of actual Smash people who play it or even watch, quote, competitive, I've talked to a lot of these people, and I've seen a noticeable trend that, oh, it's just fun. Oh, I know it's not hard. They literally, and they even say, is it a fighting game? They all say it's not a fighting game. It's crazy that a majority of people who watch Smash, or competitive, whatever, they even know it's not hard. They just like it because they get it, because they play it, right? And why did most of them play it? Dude, literally the biggest one is not even singles. That's, again, how you know they're not competitive. They will play doubles. It will literally be couples, bro. Like a boyfriend, girlfriend cosplaying. No, I want to play. They just literally want to play for fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think you really need to appeal to these people more, because guess what? They're the majority. And Street Fighter's been good. This is the problem. Like, Street Fighter in Japan's killing it. They have VTubers playing. Literally, it's a tournament. They're noobs. But guess what? Everybody loves their VTubers. They want to root for their favorite VTuber. Then they get to get trained by Daigo, this and that. That's why Japan, that's why I say esports for real ones. Street Fighter's going to dominate Call of Duty because they're not doing what Japan's doing. You have Street Fighter League. We have. That's why I think we need leagues. I was even thinking that we need literally league tournaments because that's what we have. High school football, college football, because you need to get people to get invested and learn to love the sport. And that's something that these high-level esports are lacking.
I just got done listening to this very conversation on a podcast about fucking Call of Duty, because one of the big things that a lot of the competitors are talking about is like there's no like entryway to actually get into the game. It's just the pro league and then that's it. There's the Challenger series, but if you're only gonna have only 2 events throughout the entire season, for people that give themselves like a chance to actually compete against competitors, like it's literally going to kill the game. It's going to be one of the most unfortunate things to happen in Call of Duty, because literally competitive is hanging off on a thread right now. Like I've been watching it this entire time. We've been fucking chatting and shit, and go out to Texas, by the way. But other than that, like the fact that they're having this conversation right now, like they know, like the writing is on the wall right now, and shit is getting bad. Because if you're not going to allow everyone to have their chance in the limelight, like back in the day, that's how it used to be. Like, you used to have to fucking go through, basically like in the fighting game scene, you got to go through pools in order for you to even get to bracket, and you have to fight your way to bracket. They don't even have that anymore. It's just, okay, we have these 12 teams, and that's it. And it's like, man, there's so many other great competitors that aren't even in the league right now, just because you guys basically gatekeep. And it's like, man, the more we gatekeep as a community, the more this game is going to die, and it's literally on its last leg right now.
And that's why the FGC's been growing, because I hear a lot of people who come from other sports come to, because the thing I love about FGC that's why they're still so relevant is that if you're good enough, you just show up and win. Like, and everybody loves, and that's to me the beauty of esports. It's not like football, because that's what they do, right? And it has to, because it's physical. But in there, you just show up. Can you clap? Boom, congratulations, you're the new Diego, right? But I still think we need that intermediate for other people to follow. I think that's where FGC, like, we could be better. That's why here's the big, every other sport, their numbers are always dwindling. The FGC is the only one who has growing numbers, and that's a good trend for the future. But we could still do more, right? I think it's good to not get greedy. Like I said, veteran players, it's okay to have modern controls. Chill the fuck out, it's not that bad. But I think we do need to do what Street Fighter Japan League is doing. Actually make it where we have events for streamers, right? Because at the end of the day, some streamers are just bigger than even, like, Daigo. We love Daigo, but fucking Corona is bigger than Daigo. Fucking Gura and all these other VTubers, like shit within different niches. Or what if we had, like I said, what was one of the biggest streams in fucking Twitch? Oh, fucking that rapper Drake, right? Like, hey, he's just a random dude. Like, and there's funny.
Wait, hold on.
Celebrities that love fighting games. We need to have a league for them. Why not? Fuck it, why not? Because it's gonna get eyes on it, and then they get to realize when they're coached by Daigo, like, oh, yo, this game's dang as fuck. Let me check out Daigo because Drake said this guy's dang.
I like how you said Drake is just a random guy. I'm like, actually, no, he's a pretty good rap community. So.
I mean, very few music I've listened to him. I do like him, but that's me. But and yeah, so you get what I'm saying, right? And I like.
Wait, so then, do you suggest should there be like a? I guess the solution to this would be to make a esports for like high school and college, right? Just so they could go against.
Exactly. Yeah, dead ass. And here's where I want to get to the loop of what we're
back in the day, back when I was even pushing for that shit. Back during my high school, we ended up starting the video game club, and it started extending to other high schools and shit. Like, it ended up going out over to Prosser, Steinmetz, and then I'm trying to remember what the other school was, but like they all just tried to start up their own little video game club and that. And then what our whole idea was basically to get everyone together and basically just concentrate on one essential game that we'll all play against each other, just to start it off at least one game. And like that was usually the hard part, because obviously everyone likes playing different games and shit. But like I remember that, like back in like the mid 2000s and shit, man. Like that was like the big conversation.
Yeah, and the thing is, this is where I think where esports is kind of fucked, is because the gaming community, people have too many, like, you just have to agree, look, bro, the peak is Third Strike and Unreal, but no one's that good, so let's pick the bitch version. Street Fighter 6 in Call of Duty. We just have to all shake hands and be like, like, people don't do that anymore. Like, that's why I feel like the gamer conversation is just too toxic and something I want to talk about. Like, people can't have an actual conversation, agree to disagree kind of thing. People are like, oh, this, that, whatever. No, it has to be Overwatch. Like, dude, that shit's trash. Don't talk about that shit. But also a societal thing. Like, the biggest thing is, like, because here's the thing, very few high schools, like, because Leg Pig, my thumbnail editor, in his school, they do Call of Duty. They have a mini league and Street Fighter, and they do go to other schools. But the thing is, there's so few schools. I was checking my district. I'm like, do they do it? I wouldn't mind helping to be a coach part-time for free. Like, I'm willing to do it for free because I love Street Fighter. Not a single one of my fucking schools does that shit. And it's like, dude. So, like, for that stuff, we need that. We need that if we want to go right. And fucking modern society, especially in the West, because Asia's doing way better. Like Asia, actually, they're doing way better. Like there are actually people who are celebrities for playing fucking like League or Pug. Like they're getting it out the park. And even in high school, it's like boom, here, enter like the League Club or some bullshit, right? Like they got the infrastructure great. That's why actually Korea, I think when it comes to esports, they're definitely gonna grow. Like I seen it, I'm like, yeah, if their government literally has like they give visas to esports players. Yeah, like their infrastructure is golden. Like, I'll give Korea that. Their infrastructure for esports, they're not playing. It's just a shame their esports are garbage. The only one that is good is Tekken. That's why I actually oddly will say I think Tekken will grow as an esport. As much as I don't want to see that because I fucking hate Tekken. But they have the infrastructure ready, and Tekken World Tour is stepping their game up compared to 7. Like, I have to give them that, right? So Tekken might take Mortal Kombat's place because Mortal Kombat's just fucking up, dude. Holy shit. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, I'm trying to get in and I can't even get in because now they're making it annoying and their online's trash for the PC version. But that's aside the point, right? And the other thing I want to get to is this is going back. Why do people just want to casually play and not really be esports? It's modern society for China and America. They're too privileged. Everything's handed to them. Like this is true. Why do you think we have so many fucking snowflakes? Literally snowflakes for days, and China's no different. Like a lot of the people I found out apparently who are in higher positions in the army in China, they only got there because their dad's like a general or some bullshit. And it's true that if they were to go to work, dude, you're dipping. They're the first people to dip. Is gonna be like half the fucking generals and shit. Like literally, we live in a generation that no one wants to play hard games, and this is not a secret. Even within the FGC, bro. Like, there are people who are like, oh, I can't play Third Strike because it's too hard. People just genuinely do not like difficulty. They're way too used to convenience. Like, that's just the reality. We gotta build them up from the small point. And that's why, again, they'll rather play Smash, League, and Pug because they're like, oh, I can play that. They literally don't want to get stomped. And that's one of the harder things about fighting games and why I'm an advocate for fucking team games. Or even have, like I said, we need leagues for bronze, silver, celebrities, special events, and then fuck it be like ones where no, they're gonna win. Like you literally, it's just them against the CPUs. But you hype it up, and everyone cares. They just want to see their favorite. Like almost like wrestling. Good example. Look at why wrestling became such a worldwide entertainment. You stage some of the fights, and some of them you don't. You gotta find pick. And that's what we need. Literally, we need to learn from the WWE. How do they make so much fucking money? And we know some of that shit's fake. Like, some of it is real. That's why they say, oh, trained professionals. Like, the things they do, it is real. Like, they are trained professionals. But some fights are 100% rigged. But why? For story reasons. Well, like Hulk Hogan lose this fight so we can run it back at WrestleMania and something. And then in there, leave it 100% real or unedited, right? Like, literally, they agree. They'd say, okay, we'll do this, this, and that to do the acting. And why we could do that? Oh, he's a celebrity. We'll make it that he'll win against this CPU. So everyone gets hyped, and they love him. And like, oh, he's so good. So now you have this perception that he's not just trash. Then you make him go face Daigo, and then he fucking gets clapped. You know, interesting stories are what make esports. Like, it's literally the people. That's why some of the camera angles are the way they are. Look at football. Like, football, there's a reason people remember fucking Tom Brady. I barely know what that dude knows is or what he does, but I know his fucking name, bro. And that's the core of esports, man, is the personalities. That's why I think we do need celebrities. We do need leagues for people who aren't as good, but they have a player base. And again, if they follow Corona, like people are like, oh, I never played Street Fighter. I've seen in the comments like, yo, thanks because of watching Corona, now I'm into Street Fighter. And that's the biggest thing is we need that societal shift, right? Even if it's a fun, use that fun advantage. And then we need to have the games catch up. Street Fighter 6 nailed it. We have World Tour. Literally, I know people that never touched the fighting game. They've seen World Tour that you could customize a character and then it's a fighting game, right? And it's 3D. They're like, I'm invested, right? Like
with a little bit of Yakuza.
To them, right? It's two aspects from their favorite people they follow, influencers, this and that, and maybe giving them free copies, or if they're, and some of them are already fans. Like the amount of people that are actually, because they're gamers at the end of the day, bro. Most of these people are other gamers. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Call of Duty player who probably loves Street Fighter. But the company itself doesn't do enough to get them to appeal. And I get that. Like, I get that mentality. As someone who believes himself a pro player, like, I'm sitting here like Tekken, oh, I'm buying your shit, but you better give me some motherfucking respect, bro. You better sit here and suck my dick. And that's the other problem where I think, don't listen to pro players when it comes to balancing. 100% listen to them when it comes to the community. And I think that's a huge neglect that too many fucking gaming companies do. Like, they don't even, like actually listen to what the community again, ignore the game because they're terrible for balances. Don't ever listen to pro players because they're just biased as shit, right? That's just what it is. But when it comes to community stuff or how to interact, this and that, 100% listen to them because again, they're part of a community. Like they know what's up. Like if they weren't, they'd get kicked out, bro. That's just what it is. When someone says some stupid ass shit out of pot, no one talks to you. No one takes you serious, bro. That's the reason why LTG is a joke in the FGC. Am I not wrong? The motherfucker be saying something like we just know he's a scrub. Like, he's good, but he's just a scrub, bro. This motherfucker be like, oh, man, he's mashing, bro. He's +5 there. Why did you press, bro? You know? It's something as simple as that. Why? Because LTG doesn't fucking listen to frame data because he's an idiot. Like, when I first found out, I'm like, okay, this is why he's a joke. Like, I looked at him like, he has skill, this, and that. But when I heard this motherfucker doesn't even know frame data, I was like, oh, no wonder you're a fucking joke. Right? And that's my whole thing, right? Like, that's the whole esports thing. It's like, I do it because I care, right? And that's why, like, It's already dead. Here's the reality. Esports as a competitive thing, it's already like dead. We just have to bring it up, right? Because at the end of the day, Street Fighter 6 and Halo and all these other, again, they're all good. They pale in comparison to what the peak of esports was in the 90s. Like, how did we peak in the 90s and only been going down? And at the end of the day, it's just they're too hard. Because there's a reason only Kuroda, like literally one of the greatest esports player in my fucking opinion, dude. Like, you guys see him, he's a god. Like, if you guys know anything about sports, because I love sports, right? Like, I'm not just a jackass. Like, one of the most notorious sports players, right? We got Michael Jordan, this and that, right? And then fucking what was it?
Wait,
one dude from Brazil. This
you like
right?
sports?
Fucking Pelé and Ronaldinho, right? Like, everyone knows they're fucking gods, right? Like, if you actually know your sports. But one of the most peaks, like, there's just legends. Like, in any sport, there's always your legends. And there's one dude who, like, your peak when even in your sport that's god tier or whatever, there's someone that's just like, you just say inhuman. Like, literally in Russia had one of the best goalies of all time, and he wasn't even recorded because cameras, I think, were barely, it's old school. They said he had an inhuman ability to keep the ball away from the post, right? That's when, like, when someone says inhuman, you're like god tier. And guess what? In esports, only one human being exists like that. Straight up, no. There's a lot of people, but they're human. Even I look at them like, yeah, human. There's only one human being that I'm like, that's a god. That's a god amongst man. And that is Kuroda, the greatest Street Fighter 3 player. And how do you know? Because we all know, Daigo, he's like the god of fighting games, right? Bruh, there is a dude who's considered one of the best fighting game players of all time. And there was an interview with him they had with Third-Strike players. And this is true, right? Like, we all know, like, Call of Duty players are bitches compared to Counter-Strike and Halo players, right? We established that, right? Within your different game, there are hierarchies. And even within there, there's like your GOAT, right? There's GOAT game, GOAT player, right? So Third-Strike, like, literally, an average Third-Strike player is better than 90% of the FGC. This is just true. Why? Because I'm a Third-Strike player. And look at how much I'm clapping. I am the advocate for how god those people are. I am the worst Third-Strike player. And I'm better than 90% of the esports scene. And remember, I'm the worst for that community. I am the gatekeeper. I'm like, you can't get past this unless you're this good. And guess what? Professional Halo player? My bitch. Professional COD player? My bitch. All of you, I'm just smack. And then you guys find out, wait, you're the worst one for Third-Strike? Yes, sir. I'm the worst one. I'm actually the worst one. And we can see my trials that I actually know what I'm fucking doing. I got god tier execution. And guess what? They all look at me like, oh, look at this. He is just a man pretending to be God. And they go, oh, I'm out here. I'm their bitch, bro. Like, that's the hierarchy we have in esports, bro. We don't know why, because it's too hard. Their strike is way too hard. I haven't even faced fucking Unreal gods, bro. So let that sink in. I'm considered, like, there's a ranking. I'm considered 2. That's my level, right? Like, 2 out of 10, right? So I'm a 2. The average Third Strike player is 2. Justin Wong's a 3, apparently. So what he said. He said, what about Daigo? He's like, yeah, he's okay. He's a 4 and a 5. And fun fact, Evo Moment 37 wasn't even the finals. And that's why a lot of Third Strike players are mad. They're like, why was that moment? It just happened. It was perfect. It was in the finals, and it was between 2 weak Third Strike players. That's literally their opinion of Justin Wong and Daigo. What people in the FGC are like, oh, they're gods. Yeah, but against other gods, they are just mere men. And even, guess what? Even Daigo admits, he's like, yeah, no. He even says, like, yeah, no, Third Strike players are just different. And then even that dude, and the dude is literally like me. He's cocky. Like, we're the kind of people we don't admit anyone's better. Like, the kind of people we are. Like, no. But if you're good, you're good when even the cocky jackass is like, that dude's good. So when I heard him say, like, he was being honest, like, okay, well, what do you rank yourself? I'm like, I'm about an 8. He says I'm an 8 out of 10, right? Then they asked him, what do you think of Kuroda? What do you think your answer is, Mar? So let that sink in. Remember, I'm a 2, Justin's a 3, Daigo's a 4, and he puts himself as an 8. And he's like, okay, he's not a 10 out of 10. You'll never guess what this motherfucker said about Kuroda, bro. Like, remember, I'm a god amongst gamers. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, challenge me, bro. Seriously, any of you challenge me, please. I like to see you make me your bitch in at least one game, bro. So remember, and I am the bottom of the barrel.
Sounds like a new content video coming out soon.
For real, right?
And then this is the man I worship. He's my god. I pray to him every time I play an esports.
So he said he's a 2? No, I'm just
kidding. This dude literally said, that's 100.
Ah.
And we comprehend just how literally this dude is a god amongst man, and nobody knows who he is or who he exists. I'm pretty sure it's your first time ever hearing of him. He's a legend among legends. And I cannot suck this dude's dick enough, because every time I watch him play Third Strike, it's literally like magic, bro. You want to know how I've never heard this in any sport or esport before. Have you ever heard of a motherfucker? I'm going to show up to a tournament like, dude, Kuroda's so good. He just shows up and decides he's going to win. Like, you told him, do you feel like winning? Yeah, not today. And remember, these are the best of the best, bro. Like your Daigos, your Snake Eyes, bro. And he just goes, I feel like winning today. Who the fuck is that good? You just decide you're gonna win.
That is outrageous.
Oh, it's similar to that goal.
I mean, low key, it is like 50-50, though, I mean, hey,
you know what else? He's so good. He purposely peaked one of the weaker characters in the game because it was too easy to use the top tiers. Like, I've never heard that in an esport ever. Like, even I can do that. I don't pick no low tier. I'm gonna look like you. I want money. You don't give a fuck. And that's just, I mean, sorry, mini tangent. Like I know maybe I'm a dick to somebody, but it's like, bro, some of y'all gotta get into fighting games and other shit besides just insert one esport here, bro. And like I said, bro, I'm free to challenge me, bro. It's like 10 games, bro. We pick them, 3 different genres. Let's run it, bro. Fuck. And remember, he's my god, bro. I'm your god. All of you, I'm your god. He's my god.
Wait, who's yours? Oh, you mean the viewers? Because I was about to say, you're not my guy.
Hell no. But you get what I'm saying. Sorry, maybe I'm being a big dick, but I cannot emphasize just how. Like, I'm serious. Just watch Kuroda play Third Strike, and you're just like, he's not human, bro. This dude, I refuse to believe he's human. He's literally psychic, bro. And how he confirms makes no sense, bro. Like, it almost seems humanly impossible when you see him. Like, how the fuck did you confirm from that stray-ass fucking hit, bro? Like, I would never see a Tekken player do that shit, bro. Hell no. I don't even do that shit. Like, you know, I mean, remember, I'm cocky as fuck, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, dude, I'm not doing that. I can barely do Remy fucking combos, and this dude, random hit bucket, full-ass death combo. It's like, I'm sorry, what now?
The YouTuber called OMG It's Birdman.
He's here. But yeah, that's the whole thing. So, like, people think they're hot shit, and that's why I feel sad. Long story short, he has a really, you know, because he makes no money, and he tried playing Street Fighter 5, and he's like, this shit's boring, it's too weak. And can you blame him, dude? He played one of the hardest fighting games of all fucking time, and he goes to brain dead ass Street Fighter 5. You know, I can't blame him for not wanting to play anything else. And Daigo always tells him, "Oh, there's money, but Kuro doesn't give a shit about money. He cares about the esport. But at the end of the day, even me as esports, I give a fuck about the money. Y'all ain't seen me play no dead ass fighting game. I mean, I will, but for fun. I don't play dead fighting games for fun. I don't play dead fighting games for money. I play them for fun. So that means like 2 hours, maybe, whatever. But if I want money, boy, you better have that Capcom Pro Tour prize. Then I'll put 100 hours. That's me. That's just me. I'm the average FGC head, bro. Mar, are you gonna play some shit for free for 100 hours?
You know, not gonna lie, I basically do on the real, just for shits and giggles. But that's just because I want to be able to be good at every fucking game I touch. But
fair enough.
I would definitely say, especially when it comes to like the competitive side of things, in all honesty, for me, that's peak gaming. Competitive gaming for me is peak gaming, because ultimately, at the end of the day, you've always wanted to be able to play with your friends and family, and on top of that, you always want to be the best out of all of them. And that basically evolved into, okay, instead of it just staying in the household, whatever, doing family events or whatever, I'm going to sleep over by a friend's house when I'm little. That literally turned into a whole universal thing where I want to go travel the world and go against the best players in the world, because I want to be better than them. Just because I would love to have that achievement of just being number one. Like everyone would love to be number one at something. Like I'm pretty sure Vile has once thought about, man, I want to be the number one masturbator of all time.
I'm trying to be the number one Fortnite player. That's all I'm trying to say, man.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're right, and that's why we care about getting that.
At the end of the day, a lot of people, it really just comes down to your preference. Like, do you really want to make that money, or do you just really want to be the best? Which a lot of people, that basically just coincides with one another. So for them, it's like, in order for me to make money, I have to be the best. And those are the people you usually see like going in to compete in that, because those are the people that have that mindset, and they need that mindset in order for them to play, you know, top tier. Some of them can't fucking hack it. Some of them basically draw in pulls every single time. Yeah. But obviously we have a lot of those guys that are able to just climb to the top of the mountain and be like, all right, I'm number one. Let's do it again. And they do it for the money. But that gratification of being number one while you're making that money is such a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
But let's be honest, it sounds more badass to be like that type of dude where, like, you're basically real life Ryu and you're traveling the world to look for the ultimate Street Fighter, and you basically just pull out a controller or fucking meet him at a fucking arcade and like okay, let's start these sticks, and you just basically go at it for like fucking 20 hours straight.
Hell yeah. But the reality is, esports is
I'm pretty sure there's those fucking stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. There's someone out there living the dream, saying, "Hey, you know, I could really be
Dragon Ball." No. Literally, I was playing Dragon Ball the other day with some random streamer, and I didn't like it too much, but I found the right opponent, and even he was seeing, like, I told him the story, and he's like, oh, I know you're not trying to play for, like, dude, you're improving, like, dude, because I've been doing this shit for so long, I just naturally do, right? I was catching on to a lot of the shit about Dragon Ball, and I generally don't understand it, right? But yeah, no, like you say, it comes from passion to love, right? And I just, like I said, sometimes you gotta whip out your dick and dick slap everyone, because, like, some motherfuckers just think they're hot shit. It's like, dude, Call of Duty's failing, this, that, whatever, you know. It's like, fuck me, dude. Like, so I don't want to come off too much of a dick, but sometimes you got to, you know. Goddamn. I'm tired of these motherfuckers, bro. I'd like to see some COD player do what I did. Yeah, please try. Because I can go to your shit and do it. I know I can. See, look, do you see this voice? Do you see doubting it? Hell no, boy. I got triple master rank. That's already big dick by Street Fighter standards, bro. Triple master. And I might get a 5th one, too. Miss me with that. I'm trying to go for legend rank, but depending how grinding it is, I might stop because, I'm lazy. Dude, I was close to qualifying for Capcom Cup. That's not easy.
How close?
I don't know what is it.
One more tournament I would have been in, bro, but it sucks that I missed the first one because Capcom doesn't know how to advertise their own tournament.
And yet you call yourself the greatest though.
Shut up. But yeah, like I said, I think the core of the thing is like ignoring all that. Like that was just a flex on some of these people who think they're hot shit, right? So obviously the normies, they're not gonna feel offended by that. Like they're just gonna be like, "Yo, who's this Kuroda guy? He sounds godlike." Like, please, we'll go just put Kuroda, Airstrike, you'll be fine, or Kuroda Q, and you're good. But yeah, no, again, at the end of the day, I'm focusing on the lower people. This is my philosophy. Be a dick to all the higher end pro players because they need to get their dick slapped because they think they're hot shit and they gatekeep too much. And I go to the little nooblets. That's why I have my videos and be like, come, my child. Come. We'll go play some Street Fighter. And it's not hard. They'll be like, this is why I love, to me, if you're a high level player, get beat up on purpose, bro. Like, let them feel good about themselves. No, actually, my biggest video that popped off, we'll link down, is the FGC sucks at teaching, and I had so many people backing up what my statements were, and this and that, and they're like, oh man, something, and I even gave advice, like, oh, this is what you do. I like to pretend like I'm a boss, right? Like, it's Smash, see, this is why, theoretically, let's say someone makes a fighting game, you make a mode that's 8 players. 7 of them are the little normies, right? Little, they're playing square or A to mash, and then the one of them is like the big boss, like you play a real fighting game character, let's say like Kazi or some shit. And you could play as hard as you want. You are meant to lose because it's 7 versus 1. But they feel good about it because they know you're good. You're out here, sweating, going, do ya? And they're gonna eventually beat you. And then, the power of friendship. And they all feel good, right? And we need things like that because that's why I think group things do better. Even in Street Fighter, team events always do better than singles. And we need a lot more of that in just esports. We need team things, but you need to give them like motivation. The players need motivation, and the audience needs motivation. And that's why we need to be nicer with the low levels. What do we have for them to do that they can enjoy and feel fulfilled? Even if it isn't real, because at the end of the day, they don't know that. And again, this is why I hate these high-level players, because they wouldn't say all this stupid shit when they don't even know why people play Street Fighter in the first place. Again, people were giving shit to the Avatar, like, who goes to Avatar battles? Who goes to... Like, I do, and I'm a Master Rank player. And I literally... Dude, I'm even going to make a video about it. I took screenshots, and, dude, people have like 200 hours in World Tour, but they don't even touch rank!
What's up, guys? Here it's Vile the editor. I just want you guys to know, tune in at the same time at 7 p.m. Central just to hear up the next episode.
So ways no trust is left is gone. Yeah, it's gone. Might as well speed up. Open the legs, I might as well beat up. Yeah, love the money, I never could get enough. I'm in your head, I might as well call you bluff. You're not as hot as me, I got the heat though. No, talking down on me, you still beneath. No, I know it's hard to believe I play for keeps though. Yeah, puff past that tree, we can't disagree. She get on her knees, she got a degree. Swimming 7 seas, but I'm still floating though.